Canon's found a way to increase dynamic range while also reducing noise levels. But will we see this in the Canon EOS R5 Mark II and the Canon EOS R1? In Canon patent filing JP 2024-053865, filed on October the 4th, 2022, and published on April the 16th, 2024, Canon claims to solve the following problem: to provide an imaging apparatus which reduces noise, and expands the dynamic range. Simply put, the patent aims to do what we all want to see in Canon's upcoming new cameras like the R5 Mark II and the Canon EOS R1, to increase dynamic range while at the same time reducing noise levels in low light. So how does Canon go about doing this? Well, let me first give you the technical and then I'll break it down into simple terms. The imaging apparatus, which is the sensor, includes a pixel, having a photoelectric conversion part, and having a charge voltage conversion unit. The sensor pixel information is stored on the chip, with the data stored on one of two groups. The information being stored is in the voltage signal, and we'll come back to that. That's important there, the voltage signal. And the voltage signal, well, it varies from pixel to pixel depending on the level of light captured. Don't you just love these patent applications? Now, the problem statement is usually pretty clear, as in this case, but the method or means to solve, well, while it explains how Canon goes about doing that with a special pixel on the sensor, they don't really explain how they go about doing it. So let me break it down into simple terms. Imagine taking a picture in a dimly lit, poorly constructed room. The camera's sensor gathers light over a short period of time to create an image. However, in low light, this can result in a lot of noise or graininess in the image, as we can see here. So Canon's solution to increasing dynamic range while also reducing noise levels comes down to a specially designed pixel on the image sensor. Now, with traditional image sensors, what happens is that incoming light is converted into an electrical signal, and then that signal is converted to a value that's either temporarily stored while it's being edited on the stacked sensor, or it's sent off to the image processor. Well, what Canon's done with that special pixel is it takes that incoming light, converts it to an electrical signal, and this is where things are different. It then stores that electrical signal, and not just one electrical signal. Over a period of time, over a short duration, it stores multiple electrical signals. It then combines those electrical signals back together again for one individual pixel, but it does this for all pixels gathered to reassemble the image. And the end result is increased dynamic range with low noise. So, using this image as an example, in the shadows we end up with less noise, same with the midtones, while also protecting the highlights, giving us more dynamic range. So pretty straightforward, right? I only wish that Canon would write these patents so that was a little bit more easy to understand, but I guess it does make sense to engineers and lawyers. So the next question is, how likely are we to see this patent technology, the solution, in the upcoming Canon EOS R5 Mark II, as well as the Canon EOS R1? Well, pretty likely, because this isn't the only patent application covering improved dynamic range while reducing noise levels. Canon patent application JP 2024-048578, filed on September the 28th, 2022, and published April the 9th, 2024, claims to solve the problem of reducing noise levels and distortions at the edges of images. And I covered that patent application in its own video on April the 12th. So what am I trying to get to as the main point here by talking about another patent application? Well, it's very simple. The more patent applications we see for a given topic or a problem, such as increasing dynamic range while reducing noise levels, well, it means that Canon spent an awful lot of time, resources, and effort onto that. It's being given a higher priority. So we see 2, 3, 4, or even more patent applications for a given problem. Well, there's a greater likelihood that we'll see this show up in a product instead of being filed on a shelf somewhere. And the next indicator that we can expect to see this solution in the upcoming Canon EOS R5 Mark II and the Canon EOS R1, despite being published just a couple of days ago, well, it's very simple. Canon's been working on this for multiple years. This patent application was filed on September the 28th, 2022, and who knows how much longer Canon's actually been working on this technology prior to that filing date. So Canon's had plenty of time to incorporate the solution to this patent application into the upcoming Canon EOS R5 Mark II and the Canon EOS R1. And the final indicator that we can expect to see this in those two new cameras is historical data. You see, increasing dynamic range and reducing low noise is something that Canon's been working on for at least the last 20 years in digital cameras. So to expect to see the EOS R5 Mark II and the EOS R1 with increased dynamic range is pretty much a foregone conclusion, especially if rumors are telling us the truth here that they are supposed to have, at the very least, a backside illuminated sensor or stacked sensor that will increase dynamic range while also reducing noise levels, increasing the ISO range, and just making things a whole lot faster and reducing rolling shutter, among many other things. But if you're tired of hearing about the Canon EOS R5 Mark II and the Canon EOS R1, perhaps you should consider the Canon EOS R6 Mark I. It's currently $500 off, and the R6 Mark II is $100 off. And look at this. We're finally starting to see some serious deals on Sony cameras, with $300 off the a7S III, the best deal I've seen to date. And the a7 IV, oh my god, it's also on sale, $210 off, as is the a7 R5, released 2 years ago, on sale for $400 off. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these cameras or lenses from Adorama, B&H, or Amazon.com, then please consider using my affiliate links down below, these guys right here, because it really does help this channel grow. How? Well, because I get anywhere from 2 to 12% back if you choose to purchase anything with these links. And by clicking on those links, it's not going to take you to a special site where you have to put in a special code or jump through a whole bunch of stuff. Other than clicking on that link, you don't have to do anything else. It just passes information. I don't know how it exactly works, but at the end of the day, I end up with a 2 to 12% commission back, which goes to supporting this channel, a channel of 51,000 subscribers, a very small amount, but it's allowed me to purchase gear such as the 100 to 500, the 200 to 800, the 100mm f2.8, so that I can use these things day in and day out and report to you what it's like to live with these things. But a special thanks to all of you that have used my affiliate links in the past, especially in the last few days, purchasing the Nikkor 800mm f6.3. Nice lens. It's a beautiful lens. I would love that, but I'd need to buy a Nikon, but that would still be cheaper to buy the 800mm f6.3 and the Nikon Z8 than to get the Canon 800mm f5.6. So some really incredible deals, but a big thanks to all of you that have used my affiliate links. Very much appreciated. If you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like and choose all notifications. I also publish tweets on a regular basis. I would say items that aren't quite big enough to have their own separate video because I don't get penalized by YouTube. YouTube says, okay, you can publish 3 videos a day. I will market those. I'll put the feelers out. I'll get people interested. But after that, nothing. Whereas Twitter, they don't really care, or X. So I can put out all sorts of information like firmware updates, special deals, all that sort of stuff. But what I've started doing in my videos is right at the end, I've been covering off deals of the week because I don't know if you're like me, but a lot of times somebody will tell me, hey, you should have got the Canon R5 last month. It was on sale. And I'm like, why are you telling me now? You should have told me then. So this is my way of telling you, like, I had no idea. For months and months and months, we've seen no sales on Sony equipment. And now the a7S III, that's the first sale I've seen. The a7 IV and the a7 R5. It's nice to see that Sony's starting to kick out some deals, right? Really good stuff. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day. And thank you for watching to the very end. We'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye-bye now.